What happens when fear becomes the law of the land? When even a smile isn't yours anymore? This isn't a fairy tale. There's no magic here. No lucky ending handed to you. This is the story of a man who stood up, right in the middle of fear. And if you listen closely, you'll realize this is your story too. There was a kingdom where people were afraid to laugh, not because they didn't want to, but because they had forgotten how. Crying? That wasn't a crime. But not smiling? That was punishable. A law written by a king, a man who never felt the weight in a human chest, never heard the silent scream behind tired eyes, never knew what it meant to suffer. He only understood one thing: power. One morning, before the sun fully rose, the drums began to roar. A command echoed through the streets. Every citizen will smile twice a day. Fail, and you will be punished. At first, people laughed it off. A joke, right? But before noon, soldiers flooded the streets. And suddenly, it wasn't funny anymore. A mother, sitting on the roadside, clutching her sick child. Her eyes were wet. Her lips refused to curve. They dragged her away. An old man, barely able to stand, forced to stretch his lips into a hollow smile. His body trembled. Was it age or fear? No one could tell. But do you know what was the most terrifying part? No one spoke. Because fear doesn't just silence your voice. It kills something deeper. It keeps your body alive and buries your soul. But one man was watching, silent, still. His name was Arif, a minister by title, but something far greater by spirit. Years ago, Arif was just a boy, so poor. His stomach roared with a hunger that pride couldn't feed. One day in school, his teacher shouted in front of everyone, "You'll never become anything." The room filled with laughter, but not the kind that fades. This was the kind that pierces your chest and stays there, burning for years. Have you ever felt that? That moment when someone laughs at your dreams, when they shrink your worth, like it's nothing? Yeah, Arif never forgot. He collected every insult, like stones. But here's the difference. He didn't carry them as a burden. He built stairs. At night, when the world slept, he stayed awake, hungry, exhausted, eyes burning. But the book never closed, because he knew something most people don't. If I don't fight tonight, tomorrow no one will see me as human, but I see myself. And for tonight, that's enough. Years passed. That same boy became a minister of the kingdom. But success? It wasn't the victory. It was the beginning of the hardest test. Working under a foolish king. Watching wrong decisions being made every single day. And fixing them quietly, endlessly. Until one day, the king declared, "From today, the poor will no longer live in this city." Silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. Because everyone knew. Speak, and you lose everything. Your position, your respect, maybe your life. Arif knew it too. And in that moment, images flashed in his mind. His father, smiling through hunger. His mother, working all day without a single complaint. Those nights when pain was his only companion, and that mother dragged away earlier. If you were in that chair, what would you choose? Your safety? Or thousands of lives? That night was the heaviest night of his life. No one beside him, no advice, no encouragement, just silence and tears quietly falling. But deep inside those tears, something burned, a fire. He asked himself one question: will I become that boy again? Who stayed silent? Who endured but never ignited? A long breath, and then he answered himself, no, not this time, no more. 3 words. That's all it took to change the direction of his life. The next day, in the royal court, heads were down, eyes avoided. The king began to speak again, and suddenly, Arif stood up. His hands trembled. His throat was dry. His knees begged him to sit back down, but he didn't. Your Majesty, may I ask a question? The room froze. Shock, fear, pity. The king replied, speak. And Arif said slowly, clearly, were you born a king? If you had been born poor, would you be thrown out of this city today? And if a minister stayed silent then, would you call him a good man? Silence, pure silence. For the first time, someone held a mirror to power. The king's anger rose. You dare teach me? And this is where most people break. They apologize. They step back. They surrender. Because fear whispers, stop now. But courage? Courage roars. Now. Arif didn't bow. No, Your Majesty. I'm not teaching you. I'm reminding you. We were all weak once. Some forget. Some remember. Those who remember stand with people. Those who forget one day stand alone. There were tears in his eyes, but no fear. And that is the moment a human being defeats fear. The king stayed silent for a long time. The entire court held its breath. Then slowly, you are right. That day, the law was abolished. Thousands of homes were saved. That mother returned to her child. One man's courage rewrote thousands of destinies. The king made mistakes again and again. Arif stood up. Sometimes he won. Sometimes he lost. Once, he was even thrown out of the court. But one thing never changed. That fire inside him, the one he lit on a broken night, alone. So tell me, why did I tell you this story? Because in your life, there is a king too. Maybe it's your situation. Maybe it's a person who said, you're not enough. Maybe it's that voice inside your head, saying, I can't anymore. You stayed silent. I stayed silent. We all do, at some point. But here's the truth. Every unstoppable life has a night in the middle of it. A night where quitting is easier. A night where no one is there. But they didn't quit. Because on that night, they made a decision. No, not this time. Your night will come. Maybe it already has. Maybe you're living it right now. And when that moment hits, remember this. Your pain isn't wasted. Your struggle isn't wasted. Those sleepless, exhausting nights. They are building something unstoppable. So here's the only question that matters. The king in your life. The thing that's been holding you down. Are you still sitting silently in front of it? Or will you stand up today, look it in the eye, and say, no, not this time, no more.